The story begins in the future, when the human population has declined due to a virus. Only about 2 million humans are left alone in the entire world. They are also abnormal but have lost their sight due to the virus. Not only this, but when a new baby is born, he or she also can't see. Many years have passed since the destruction of the virus, leaving the world of advanced technology behind. That's why the people have to live here in tribes like in the old era, because they are all blind. The ability to see was thought to be a bad omen. Whoever was born with the power to see was punished badly and burned alive. A few blind people have no power to see, but their other senses work well, which means they have the sense to smell, hear, and feel anything. Due to this, they tell the way to the tribe's people and predict the future and the weather. Now we are shown the Queen City, where she ruled and made her army. The name of the army was the Witchfinder Army, and the queen was extremely devout, and the power of sight was regarded as a religion at the time. That's why, whoever talks about it, the queen gives him a painful death while burning them. The task of the Witchfinder Army was to find and bring the people who could see. There was a dam in that queen's area, and she was its owner. That's why her palace was made there. Now we are shown a tribe that was made in the deep forests. It has a brave and powerful leader who has powers like a monster and is named Baba Voss. Baba Voss's wife's condition was the worst because she was pregnant, and in this, the old lady of the tribe was helping her as she was a doctor. His wife asks about her husband in pain, and the old lady says he is outside for some work with tribe people because he was feeling some danger. Actually, that was the danger of the Witchfinder Army, because they were going to attack this tribe. The army believes that Baba Voss's wife, Magra, is a witch or a monster. That's why we should end her while imprisoning her. The Witchfinder Army was going to capture her, and they say whoever comes in between their missions will end him. The tribe knows this, so they were ready to fight to save their leader's wife Magra, even though they were blind but skilled in fighting. And they assumed from their smelling and hearing power that an army was near and coming to attack us with an army of 200 people. Here, Baba Voss encourages his tribe. He says, "I will not care about anything and will sacrifice my life to save my tribe if needed." The tribe became passionate hearing this, and now they were ready for the war while holding weapons in their hands and raising slogans. The general of the Witchfinder Army captures a man named Bax. Bax doesn't like Baba Voss because the tribe people ended Bax's family on his orders. Here, he helps this enemy army, which means he becomes against the leader, Baba Voss. He gives the general a bracelet, from which it finds out that the father of Magra's babies is a man named Jurla. Upon hearing the name Jurla, the general becomes surprised because he knows that Jurla is a man who isn't blind. The general has been finding him for the last many years, and if they reach Magra, they will surely find Jurla. That's why the general is looking happy here, because in this way, the orders of the queen will be obeyed, and the general will also benefit. Now he beats Bax and asks about his tribe's plan and what their safety measures are. Bax tells everything to the general. Magra delivers a baby girl, but then she realizes that there is another baby in her belly. Seeing this, the doctor operates her, and she delivers a second baby, in which there was a girl and a boy. There was a huge stone wall in the middle of the forest, and from the other side of it, the Witchfinder Army was coming to attack the tribe. A few people from the army come to this side and start fighting with the tribe people. The tribe people face them bravely, but soon they realize that the army is huge and dominating us. And many other people are also coming from the other side. That's why they cut the ropes, due to which this wall of stones that was a border starts falling down speedily. Many of the people in the Witchfinder Army died because they were stuck under this wall, and they killed the rest of them together. Baba Voss discovers after everything becomes normal that a few members of the Witchfinder Army are still alive, and will attack again from the forest when the storm stops. They again start getting ready for this. Baba Voss comes and meets his wife. He becomes happy to meet them but is looking worried for their future. When he comes out, the tribe people start convincing him to hand over his family to the Witchfinder Army. Because of this, that army is behind us. After it, the tribe people will live peacefully, but Baba Voss clearly refuses this, and on it, they start arguing. During this, The doctor arrives and makes everyone silent while telling them to stop fighting with each other. We should go to a secret wooden bridge, and we will leave from here while crossing it. Everyone likes this idea of the doctor, and they come to the bridge while agreeing with her, and they start walking on it. They are about to reach the other side, but the army arrives. Now, because they were blind, they didn't discover the bridge because it was a secret bridge. As the tribe people reach there, the general finds out that there is a bridge because he found it while throwing backs on the bridge. This army also gets on the bridge and moves to the other side, but seeing this, Baba Voss cuts the ropes due to it. The bridge broke, and half of the army died because of falling down. Before Bax falls, Baba Voss pulls him to the other side, and like this, he is saved because he is still a part of the tribe. The general failed, so he returned with his army. The queen discovered the failure of the general through a bird. She goes to her council and tells them that she is behind Jurla because he has ended her sister. She says that now I will find him and take my revenge, and this is only possible when we capture Magra. The council head says we have to end Jurla and his kids because they have the power to see, which is a devilish power. The queen agrees to this, and they send another witchfinder army to end them. On the other hand, the tribe people were standing on a rock, and Magra told everyone the truth about Jurla. She says that he has the ability to see, and that he is the real father of those kids. He doesn't believe in the ability to see or being blind, which has been made a religion in this era. He believes that he will make the world beautiful one day with his ability to see. After telling this, she takes everyone to a valley told by Jurla that was beautiful. It was deserted and peaceful. None could reach here. That's why there was no danger, so they find themselves saved here. Now Baba Voss comes to the shore of the stream with the kids and takes a deep breath here. We notice the kids also have the ability to see like their father. That's why the army is behind 3 of them to end them. Baba Voss goes to the forest with his kids and wanders in search of food. Meanwhile, a dangerous bear comes and attacks him. It roars at him, and Baba Voss tries to compete with the bear. He punches its face, but the bear throws him away. After making him fall down, the bear now goes to the kids to eat them, but then an arrow hits it, and the bear dies there. This arrow was shot by none other than the kid's father, Jurla, and he becomes happy to see his kids. He tells Baba Voss about a box and gives him a key. He asks him to give his kids the key when they turn 12. Jurla leaves without telling what was in that box. Baba Voss didn't understand, but he called him to stop, but Jurla left. Now Bax, who still doesn't like Baba Voss, still wants to help the enemy army. He hears Baba Voss's voice and tells his auntie about this, because the remaining people in his family also don't like Baba Voss. They want to take revenge, so to get more information, they send a girl with invisible powers. Invisible means she exists but isn't visible. The body of this girl was also strange because she lives in the tribe, but no one could see her. On the other side, Baba Voss and Magra open that box and feel through their other senses that it is written about old technology and the great intelligent people who passed away. There were many books, and their kids would get an education one day after reading those books and would go on their new journey, which was their father Jurla's wish. They will introduce new things to the world and make it beautiful. Hearing this, Magra doesn't feel good, and she asks to bury this box in the ground. After closing it, she says, "My kids will not do all this. Keep them away from this box." During this, Baba Voss and the doctor find out that someone is hearing them, the invisible girl, and when Baba Voss goes behind her, she runs from there and tells Bax that Baba Voss is playing with his kids. He believes in her and writes a message, puts it in a bottle, and throws that bottle in the stream daily. It was actually the information about Baba Voss, so that the queen would get those messages and send a general to attack the tribe. There was a message in the dam that was sent by the general to the queen that I was returning from the war, but the queen suspects that this message has been changed. She suspects the council team because a few of them were against the queen. They believe that the queen has become cruel. She has ended many tribes through the witchfinder. Those people were innocent, and she is doing this in the name of religion. The queen becomes furious that the council people are against her. She first kills them and gives them electric shocks, then she ends them while burning them. 3 years passed in the story, and Magra's kids grew up, and they hid their ability to see from the tribe's people, but they got disappointed to see the rituals, magic, and environment. They have to live this life. Now 12 more years have passed in the story, and they have grown older and wiser than before. Magra and the doctor were talking while sitting on the shore of the sea. The topic of their conversation was whether the kids should follow the path their father, Jurla, told them or not while giving them that box. On it, Magra says, "I don't want my kids to be stuck in any problems and will spend normal lives." The doctor replies that you should leave it to your kids to decide what path they would choose. Like this, their lives will be even happier than ours. We should give them that box, but Magra stays silent. The doctor tries to give books to the kids at night even though Magra has forbidden her, but they refuse to take those books and leave because they don't want to make their mother angry. After a while, they talk about the books. Magra's son says, "I think we should read those books." Baba Voss has heard them secretly and tells the doctor that the kids want to study, but this should be a secret, and their mother shouldn't know about it. Otherwise, she will burn those books. I want the kids to choose their path on their own. After so many days, they steal the books, reach a separate place, and start reading the books secretly. First, they learned A, B, and C, and with the passage of time, they were able to read the whole sentence. It means now that they have gained knowledge and then read the whole book and discovered about the people who passed away, how advanced they were and better than them, and how they spent their lives. The general returns to the queen after years and bends in front of her in respect and says, "I come back after years and also have brought thousands of horses, tons of wheat, and many other important things. But unfortunately, I couldn't find Jurla, and I know I will be sentenced to death. I won't refuse it, but I want to be remembered as a warrior after death who is known to be brave." The queen agrees and asks him to jump from the dam. He was about to jump, but the queen gets back his bottle message, and she stops the general because now that she has discovered the secret location of Baba Voss and his tribe. There will be Magra along with her kids. Now at night, a few elders have to go to a festival in which Baba Voss, Magra, the doctor, and other people of their tribe are included. Baba Voss was worried about their kids' protection, but even then, he was ready. They start their journey in the morning, and the night appears while they reach the festival. But they don't know what is going to happen here. There were people of other tribes too. Magra's kids also reach here secretly while chasing them. They discover this festival is a fire, and 5 people are tied because they are accused of having the ability to see. As the festival starts, they are burned. Likewise, those innocent people lost their lives. Now the people of the tribes start dancing around them. Magra's daughter becomes furious seeing this and starts screaming at them, but her brother stops her while putting his hand on her mouth. Baba Voss and his companions also feel sad to see all this in the festival here. The doctor tells them that this is all done by the queen, her useless rituals, and these things for religion are spread all over. This has a bad impact on people, and they also end the people who have the ability to see. Magra's son leaves this festival and moves far away because his condition gets worse after seeing this cruelty. He starts vomiting. But then a kidnapper captures him. The morning and the night appears while they reach the festival. They reach the festival, but they don't know what is going to happen here. There were people of other tribes too. Magra's kids also reach here secretly while chasing them. They discover this festival is a fire, and 5 people are tied because they are accused of having the ability to see. As the festival starts, they are burned. Likewise, those innocent people lost their lives. Now the people of the tribes start dancing around them. Magra's daughter becomes furious seeing this and starts screaming at them, but her brother stops her while putting his hand on her mouth. Baba Voss and his companions also feel sad to see all this in the festival here. The doctor tells them that this is all done by the queen, her useless rituals, and these things for religion are spread all over. This has a bad impact on people, and they also end the people who have the ability to see. Magra's son leaves this festival and moves far away because his condition gets worse after seeing this cruelty. He starts vomiting, but then a kidnapper captures him, who used to kidnap people and make them his slaves. After it, he sells them. He captures Magra's son and takes him with him to the place where he has made many kids his slave. Magra's daughter finds out that her brother is missing, so she goes and tells her parents. When this news spreads in the tribe, everyone moves to find him. The kidnapper takes all the kids to a deserted building while passing them through a secret path. Reaching there, their mouths were free. On the other hand, they reach the same path while finding Magra's son. There was a message written, which was written by Magra's son. I am still alive and walk on this path. You will reach me. Reading the hint, Magra's daughter tells everyone, and Magra is shocked to know that her daughter knows to read. She starts weeping, being sad. She also becomes angry and furious at her daughter that she hid such a big thing from her mother. On it, her daughter says, yes, mother, because I want to follow Dad's path. We find it right, so we choose it. It was not the right time for all this, and it was important to find Magra's son, so they leave it here and move forward on the mission to find him. After a while, they reach the old building where the kidnapper has made the kids his slaves. Baba Voss stops them and decides to move inside alone, saying that I will fight with them alone and complete this mission. Even his daughter says, Dad, let me come with you. I will help you. But he forbids it because he doesn't want his daughter to see his face when he ends people mercilessly. He has ended many people in his whole life while using his monster powers. He moves forward and reaches outside the building. He attacks the guard with his sword and ends him. He then moves inside as a guard, and his son recognizes Baba Voss and gives his father a signal. After it, Baba Voss comes in his monster form and starts fighting everyone. He attacks everyone with his sword, and he has killed many people as he is skilled at fighting. His son was also shocked to see his father's this form, and after ending everyone, Baba Voss captures the kidnapper. In the end, he stabs his neck and ends him. Like this, he releases other kids as well as his son. When all the kids come out, Magra becomes happy to find her son fine and hugs him. The next moment, she moves away because she remembers that her kids lied to her. Now returning to the tribe, they start convincing their mother while saying, Mom, don't be angry. We will obey you no matter what, but one day we must follow in the footsteps of our father, Jurla. After a while, Magra agrees, her heart melts, and she forgives her kids and hugs them. She says, okay kids, but you will always be members of this tribe, no matter whether you live here or outside. Baba Voss hears the barking dogs and guesses that the general is coming here with the Witchfinder army to attack us, so that he can capture Magra and her children. Meanwhile, the general reaches the tribe and takes possession of everyone while threatening them. But Magra's son cleverly makes Bax a slave while putting a knife to his neck and takes out his family from here. Baba Voss gets separated from the tribe with his family and moves ahead through the forest. Magra's son doesn't end Bax but leaves him alive so that he will realize that his enemy is the army whom he was supporting, not Baba Voss or his family. Even after all this, Bax deceives Baba Voss and tells the general that Baba Voss and his family have escaped. Hearing this, the general declares that until Magra's children are handed over to me, your tribe will be considered a tribe of witches and monsters, and you all will be punished too. Baba Voss, along with his family, reaches the shore of a stream where Baba Voss has made a boat. They sit inside it and move from there. Meanwhile, the general and his army also reached here now because they were also blind, so they couldn't capture Jurla's kids even though they were close to them. They keep on moving forward in the boat, but the general doesn't give up and asks his army to move inside the water. A soldier reaches near the boat, and Baba Voss attacks him with his elbow. There was a noise in the water, and the army discovers the location of their boat. Now they start attacking them one by one, and Magra's daughter shoots Bax an arrow. He didn't die but was just injured. The general becomes so furious that he stabs the arrow and ends him. During this, their boat moves far from the general, and to take out his aggression, the general decides to end the tribe's people. The doctor in the boat tells everyone about Jurla's map, in which they have to move according to this map, or they have to cross the forest and reach a secret place that is completely safe for them. They talk to each other and decide to move according to the map. The queen gets the news that Baba Voss has escaped along with his family, and this makes the queen furious here. The council becomes against the queen. Why is she behind them? She wants to end people in the name of religion. She doesn't pay attention to this kingdom. The queen says, I want to do this because I love Jurla, but he never gave me importance. This makes the council furious. They blame the queen for making emotional decisions. She is harming the kingdom because of this. She leaves hearing this, but later, she ends those council members who talked against her. On the other hand, when they wake up, they realize that they lost their things, even the sack that Magra hid to give her children. They start finding things but don't find anything. The queen's companions come and tell her that the kingdom is against her and will soon remove her from the royal throne, and for the evil deeds she has done, she will be punished for them. The queen becomes enraged hearing this, and the fire of revenge burns inside her. She closes the dam through the machine. Due to it, the dam starts breaking and the queen leaves the cart with her fellow. Because the dam breaks, the kingdom is destroyed and flooded. This is how the queen's revenge was completed. Here, this story concludes.